Our planet is a world of gentle beaches, temperate forests, and comfortable cities. But step outside the temperate zones and the Earth reveals a completely different, violent, and unforgiving personality. Places where the air is so thin you can barely breathe, where the ground boils with toxic acid, where the sun doesn't rise for months, or where the heat is so intense it can melt the soles of your shoes. Yet, incredibly, in almost all of these places, life has found a way to survive. Today, we are taking you on a journey to the absolute limits of human endurance and geographical anomalies. We are exploring the 15 most extreme places on Earth. Let's begin our countdown at number 15. 15. Mount Thor, Canada, the greatest vertical drop. Kicking off our list is a place that defies gravity and terrifies even the most experienced climbers. Located in our Utuk National Park on Baffin Island, Canada, Mount Thor holds the record for the world's greatest purely vertical drop. The sheer granite cliff face plummets straight down for 1,250 meters. That's over 4,000 feet, making it nearly 1.5 times taller than the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. What makes it even more extreme is that the cliff actually overhangs at an angle of 105 degrees. Standing at the top and looking down this sheer, dark wall of rock into the frozen, desolate valley below is an experience of pure, dizzying vertigo. 14. Death Valley, USA, the hottest place. At number 14, we travel to a furnace of rock and salt in eastern California. Death Valley holds the official record for the highest reliably recorded air temperature on Earth, reaching a blistering 56.7 degrees Celsius or 134 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a harsh, arid basin sitting 86 meters below sea level. The landscape is a mix of cracked, sun-baked salt flats like Badwater Basin and shifting sand dunes that radiate heat like an oven. Despite the lethal temperatures, the valley is strangely beautiful, especially when rare winter rainstorms trigger sudden, massive blooms of colorful wildflowers across the scorched earth, briefly bringing the desert back to life. Number 13. Tristan da Cunha, the most remote inhabited island. Number 13 takes us to the middle of nowhere, literally. Tristan da Cunha is a small volcanic island in the South Atlantic Ocean, and it is the most remote inhabited archipelago in the world. It is 2,400 kilometers away from the nearest continental landmass, South Africa. There is no airport, no airstrip, and no safe harbor for large ships. The only way to reach the island's 250 residents is a grueling 6-day boat journey across some of the roughest seas on the planet. The community lives at the base of a massive, active volcano, relying almost entirely on farming, fishing, and each other, completely isolated from the chaos of the modern world. Coming in at number 12 is the landscape so perfectly flat it is used to calibrate the altimeters of satellites in space. Spanning over 10,000 square kilometers high in the Andes Mountains, the Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt flat. The crust of brilliant, blindingly white salt is incredibly thick and perfectly level, with an elevation variation of less than 1 meter across the entire vast expanse. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water covers the salt, transforming the entire landscape into the largest natural mirror on Earth. The horizon completely vanishes, and walking here feels like you are floating, suspended in the middle of the sky. At number 11, we find a place where the rain never seems to stop. Located in the Khasi Hills of northeastern India, the village of Mosram is recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the wettest place on Earth. It receives an astonishing annual rainfall of nearly 12,000 millimeters. To put that in perspective, that is over 460 inches of rain a year. The extreme rainfall is caused by summer monsoon winds sweeping up from the Bay of Bengal and hitting the steep mountains. To survive the constant deluge, locals have woven living bridges out of the roots of rubber trees, creating sturdy, growing pathways across the raging, flooded rivers. 10. The Danakil Depression, Ethiopia, the most alien landscape. Entering our top 10 is a place that looks like a toxic, neon-colored alien planet. The Danakil Depression in Ethiopia is one of the lowest and hottest places on Earth, sitting at the junction of three tectonic plates that are slowly tearing the continent apart. The landscape is a surreal, violently active mix of bubbling lava lakes, massive salt pans, and acidic hot springs that glow in blinding shades of neon yellow and vibrant green due to heavy sulfur deposits. The air is thick with toxic gases, and the heat is agonizing. Yet the local Afar people have lived and mined salt in this brutal, unearthly environment for centuries. Number 9. La Recondada, Peru, the highest city. Number 9 takes us into the thin, freezing air of the Peruvian Andes. At an elevation of 5,100 meters, or nearly 17,000 feet, La Recondada is the highest permanent human settlement in the world. It is higher than the base camp of Mount Everest. The conditions here are brutally extreme. The air contains only half the oxygen found at sea level, making every breath a struggle. The town is built on a permanently frozen glacier and has no running water or sanitation system. Yet nearly 50,000 people live in this freezing, desolate landscape, driven by the lure of the unregulated, dangerous gold mines carved deep into the surrounding mountains. 8. The Mariana Trench, the deepest point. At number 8, we leave the land behind and plunge into the absolute darkest depths of the ocean. Located in the western Pacific, the Mariana Trench is a massive crescent-shaped scar in the Earth's crust. Its deepest point, known as the Challenger Deep, reaches a staggering nearly 11,000 meters. That's almost 7 miles straight down. If you dropped Mount Everest into the trench, its peak would still be over a mile underwater. The pressure at the bottom is crushing, over 1,000 times the standard atmospheric pressure at sea level. It's a pitch-black, freezing, alien world inhabited by bizarre, bioluminescent creatures that have adapted to survive in absolute darkness. Coming in at number 7 is the true definition of a frozen wasteland. Deep in the heart of Siberia, the rural village of Oymyakon holds the record for the lowest officially recorded temperature for any permanently inhabited location on Earth. A bone-chilling minus 71.2 degrees Celsius, or minus 96 degrees Fahrenheit. The cold here is so extreme that your eyelashes freeze together within seconds of stepping outside. Cars must be left running 24 hours a day, or the engines will freeze solid. Pen ink freezes, batteries die instantly, and the ground is permanently frozen permafrost. Yet, incredibly, a small, resilient community of around 500 people calls this icy extreme home. For number 6, we travel to the dense, misty jungles of the Guayana Highlands in Venezuela. Angel Falls is the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall. The water plunges from the edge of the massive Ayan Tepui, a flat-topped table mountain, and drops a staggering 979 meters, or 3,212 feet. The drop is so incredibly high that during the dry season, the water completely atomizes into a fine mist and blows away in the wind before it even reaches the ground. Surrounded by thick, impenetrable rainforest, reaching the base of this majestic, towering waterfall requires a long river journey through wild, untouched territory. Breaking into the top 5 is a mountain that defies common knowledge. While Mount Everest is the highest mountain above sea level, the peak of Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is actually the furthest point on Earth's surface from the Earth's center. Because the Earth is not a perfect sphere, it bulges at the equator. This massive, inactive stratovolcano sits perfectly on the equatorial bulge. This means that if you stand on the icy, glaciated summit of Chimborazo at 6,268 meters, you are officially standing closer to the moon and outer space than anyone standing on the top of Mount Everest. It is the true roof of the world. At number 4 is an entire continent of extremes. Antarctica holds the record for being the coldest, windiest, and surprisingly, the driest continent on Earth. It is a massive, high-altitude desert covered by an ice sheet that is on average a mile thick. The McMurdo Dry Valleys in Antarctica are considered the driest place on the planet. It has not rained or snowed there in nearly 2 million years. The howling, katabatic winds that sweep off the polar plateau can reach speeds of nearly 200 miles per hour. It is a stark, brutal, and incredibly beautiful landscape of towering icebergs and endless white, completely devoid of permanent human habitation. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is a landscape so sterile and dry that NASA uses it to test the rovers they send to Mars. The Atacama Desert in northern Chile is the driest non-polar desert in the world. Wedged between the Andes Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, some weather stations in the Atacama have never recorded a single drop of rain. The landscape is a bizarre mix of towering volcanoes, vast salt flats, and jagged red rock canyons like the Valle de la Luna. Because the air is completely devoid of moisture and light pollution, it offers the clearest, most spectacular view of the night sky and the Milky Way found anywhere on Earth. Just missing the top spot is the ultimate test of human endurance. Straddling the border of Nepal and China, Mount Everest is the highest mountain above sea level, piercing the atmosphere at 8,848 meters, or just over 29,000 feet. The extreme altitude creates the death zone above 8,000 meters, where there simply isn't enough oxygen in the air to sustain human life for more than a few days. The brutal combination of freezing temperatures, hurricane-force winds, shifting ice falls, and avalanches makes it climbing incredibly dangerous. Yet, despite the deadly risks, its towering, jagged peak remains the ultimate majestic symbol of conquering the impossible. And finally, we arrive at number 1. Nestled in the Jordan Rift Valley, shared by Jordan and Israel, lies the absolute lowest point on the surface of the Earth. The shores of the Dead Sea sit a staggering 430 meters, or 1,440 feet below sea level. But its elevation is only half the story. The water here is nearly 10 times saltier than the ocean. It is so incredibly dense with salt and minerals that it is completely impossible to sink. Visitors simply float effortlessly on the surface like corks. Because of the extreme salinity, the sea is completely devoid of fish or aquatic plants, creating a stark, quiet, and profoundly calm environment. The surrounding landscape of barren, sun-scorched mountains and brilliant white salt formations crashing against the deep, oily blue water makes the Dead Sea the most unique, healing, and extreme geographical wonder on the planet. From the boiling acid pools of Ethiopia to the freezing dark depths of the Marianas Trench, the Earth is a world of incredible, violent extremes. Which of these environments would you be brave enough to visit? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed pushing the limits of our planet today, hit the like button and subscribe for more breathtaking cinematic adventures. Until next time, keep exploring.